know you're missing Indiana University, so I have some feel-good movement session for you today. We're outside, birds are chirping, it's beautiful out today. So to start off with, we have a dynamic stretch and strength warm-up session. So we'll start off with doing a little bit of a head stretch, a little head tilt there, because we're sitting at our desk all the time, so it's good to kind of feel a little mobility in our neck and our shoulders. So we'll start off with, you can take your left hand and just place it right above your ear, and we'll pull it gently to the side here, and we'll hold for 2 deep breaths. And then we'll switch and take our right hand over to our left ear. And then, as we've been staring over, bending over, looking at our desk, at our phones, we're getting a lot of not looking over. Our neck is getting a little bit, not enough mobility. So we're going to do a little bit of a, it's kind of a funny stretch, but it's called a chicken duck stretch. A little neck mobility here. So we're just going to leave our neck, poke it out, and then come back in to our chest. Go back out, and then come back in. And we'll do that 3 more times. This is our last one. And then we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So we'll start off going backwards just so we can open up our chest a little bit here. And we'll do 10 of these. So this is 3.
Like
and that's 10. And then we're going to do forward 10. Get a nice, good movement here, range of motion. We'll do 2 more. Awesome. And then next what we're going to do is a little bit of oblique mobility and then a little bit of a chest opener for our pecs here. We're going to do a cactus stretch with a little twist. So we're keeping our hips pointed forward, arms up overhead, coming down to 90 degrees, and then we're twisting using our obliques about 40 degrees to each side, and then we'll come back up, raise our arms back overhead, back down, and then good twist here. This is something you can easily do if you're just sitting at your desk. You need a little stretch to break up the work day there. Easy little stretch to do. We'll do 2 more of these. Awesome. And then now we're going to get moving a little bit more. We're going to do a caterpillar walkout. So if you're unfamiliar with that, it's a good full body stretch, full body movement. So we're just going to come up with our hands up overhead, and then we're just going to slowly walk it out as if we were going to do a plank, but we're not going to do a plank yet. And then we'll come back up nice and slow. Good calf stretch, hamstring stretch. And we'll do 5 of these. So we'll do 4 more. We got 1 more. Awesome, way to go. So next we're going to do a hip flexor and hamstring little flow. This is great if you've been sitting down at your desk for a long time, because our hip flexors and our hamstrings get really, really tight when we're sitting for long periods of time. So we're going to come back out as if with our right leg forward into a lunge position. So we'll just come forward, bring our right knee up, making sure our right knee stays over the ankle, not putting our toes too much forward. And then we are going to, if it's a little hard for you to come down to the ground, you can grab a stool, books, a block, whatever you have around, and you can either place one hand on the stool here, one hand on your knee, both hands on the knee, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then we're going to do a little half moon stretch. So we'll take our left hand up overhead for our good hip flexor stretch. And then we're going to come back, and if you need to Again, place your hand up on a higher surface to bring that ground up a little higher. You can have a good bend in your knee there, looking forward. And then we'll come forward and we'll switch sides. So we'll just bring our left leg forward here. Again, if you need that stool, hands forward here. And then we'll come back, have a bend in your left knee if you need that. And then we'll take a few good breaths here. Awesome. And now we're going to do a little bit more of a strengthening, a few 5 exercises for a strength session. So we're going to start off with doing some bridges. And if you're not familiar with bridges, it's a great exercise, glute strengthening exercise. So we're going to come down on the mat, all the way down, head on the ground. You can put your arms out wherever they feel comfortable to the side here. And then we're going to slowly lift up and hold at the top for one inhale and exhale, and then lower back down. And we'll do 10 of these. Last one. Awesome. And then we're going to come and we're going to do a plank now. So we're going to hold for 30 seconds. And for our plank, you have a few options. So our hardest option is we can keep our arms straight here and lift our knees off the ground. If that's too much, you can come down on your knees. You can also come down on your elbows, bringing that center of gravity a little closer to the ground. So do what feels best for you. And we're going to hold for 30 seconds here. I get my timer set up. So, and we are ready. So, remembering in our plank, keeping our body one straight line here. Keep your neck nice and relaxed. Remember to breathe. A lot of us forget to breathe when we're doing a plank. So we're working our core here. Keeping our core engaged. We've got 8 more seconds. Way to go! That's 30 seconds. Awesome. And next what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a low back strengthening exercise. So we'll come down onto our mat here. Hands on the ground. You can keep, we're going to place our hands as if you were kind of going to do a push-up, but they're going to just be right under your shoulders here. And then we're just going to bring them out to the sides, and then we're slowly just lift up here, keeping our feet and our legs on the ground. We're just using our back and coming back down. And we'll just do 5 of these, nice and slow. And that's 5. And then everybody's favorite, we're going to do a dead bug. So we've got to work our core. We're going to do a little bit of neuromotor movement as well. So we'll come onto our back, bringing our knees to about 90 degrees here. Our arms straight up overhead. And then we're just going to do 5 on each side, so 10 all together. We'll kick our right arm straight out overhead, left leg out, and come back up to meet at center. And opposite side. So as we're going here, remembering to breathe, keeping our back engaged with the ground. So we've got 1 more on each side. Awesome. We made it through the hard part, and now we're going to do just a little nice feel-good stretch. So my favorite is called thread the needle, so it's great for our shoulders and for our pecs as well because those muscles tend to get pretty tight. We use them more often than we think we do. So we're gonna come set up here in tabletop position with our hands under the shoulders, knees under our hips, and we're gonna bring our left hand just underneath our nose and bring our right hand up, twist our wrist out here a little bit, and then we're just gonna slide our right hand just underneath our left and come down onto our shoulder. You can walk your left hand out straight here, and we'll hold it for 3 good breaths. Then we'll come back up, give the arm a little stretch here, and then we'll switch our hands out. So right hand underneath the nose, left hand coming up, circle out your wrist, and then thread that left arm underneath the right, walk your right hand out, and take 3 good breaths here again as well. Then we'll come back to center, and we're just gonna do a little downward dog just for a little calf, hamstring, low back stretch. So we'll come up, press out into our feet, get our hip points up towards the ceiling or pointing those up, and then you can walk your feet out if your calves are particularly tight here. Do what feels good for you. And then we'll come back down and sit on the ground, and we're going to do a figure 4 stretch. Great for our hip flexors and our glutes. So we'll cross our right ankle over the left knee. You can keep your hands behind you here if that feels good. Sitting upright here, I like to circle out my right ankle there because we need to get a little mobility, a little strength as well for our ankles. And then we can switch sides. So we'll place the left ankle on the right knee, circle it out. And then we're gonna come and do a nice, easy little stretch for our low back. So we can place our hands underneath our knees here. And then we're just gonna rock side to side. Feel straight on your low back. You can do a couple circles, one way, the other way. And then we're gonna finish off in a child's pose. So we can just rock forward here and do what feels best for you. You can walk your knees out wide on the yoga mat, keeping them together. I like to walk my legs out wide just for a little bit of a deeper stretch there. And then we'll walk our hands out straight in front of us, stretching out our upper back. And then we'll walk our hands over to the left side of the mat, and we can bring our hips over to the right to get a good stretch in our lats here. And then we'll walk it over to the right corner, bring our hips over to the left. Wonderful. If you feel like you need to stay there for a little longer for a little bit more of a deeper stretch, you're welcome to. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you are well and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.